Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It is time for Taroscopes again. This will be the Taroscopes for June 2022, and we're going to start with the sign of Gemini. So the sun is in the sign of Gemini for most of June. We do have Mercury start the month. Now, Mercury being the ruling planet of Gemini, Mercury starting the month in Taurus. It stations direct on the 3rd of June and moves back into Gemini on the 13th, of June. We do have a full moon on the 14th of June. That full moon is in the sign of Sagittarius. For you Geminis, that is your 7th house of relationship and open enemies. If you're so inclined to have open enemies or enemies at all. So this full moon is part of the synodic cycle that began with the new moon, which actually occurred at the end of May 30th, 2022. And that new moon was at 10 degrees of Gemini. So at the end of May, Geminis had this sense of maybe perhaps new beginning, new starts, right? Okay. And by the 14th of June, things sort of come to a fruition. Something that was planted at the end of May comes to fruition in that 14th day, and that is the birthday of Donald Trump. So it should be interesting to see what kind of information comes up on his birthday. And let's see, what would he be in? He's in a 26 vibration this year, 26-8 vibration, which is the Page of Wands. And so information will come out. We also have, let's see what else is happening in June that I might want to mention. I will be doing a full June forecast as I do every month. So if you really want to know what's going on during the month for everybody, you can check out my weeklies or you can check out my daily in the morning. We do have a new moon in the sign of Cancer that's occurring on the 28th of June. And that's your house of resources. And so it would be a good time for you to start a project that could bring resources in, a project that can make you more self-reliant, a project that is a reflection of that which is most important to you. So that's kind of the energy. So let's do the card reading, and I'm going to be using the Good Tarot, and we will see what's ahead for you. So this is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. This is just a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Sometimes it takes till the middle of the month before you can start to feel any resonance with the reading. But whatever it is, we always have free will, and nothing is carved in stone. This is just what the cards are saying, reading the energy of the future in the moment, which is, sometimes we don't see what's coming, right? We don't know. Sometimes things just sort of come in and we're like, where'd that come from? Where you say, where'd that come from? That's usually spirit, just so you know. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can get any kind of. So I know this is going to sound silly, but the first thing that came to my mind when I opened up to the Gemini energy was the feather. And I know I'm sitting here wearing my feather earrings, so it's possible that that's connected. But feathers sort of float down from the sky, and we don't always know where the feather comes from. Sometimes we can discern by what the feather looks like. If it's a red feather, it's like, oh, that must be a cardinal feather, or a black feather could be a crow feather. But there is this sense of something maybe coming down upon us that we're not really sure where it's from, but it is a message. It is a sign. It is about messages. And they're showing me the feather falling at the threshold of a portal, very similar to the portal that I painted in my Gemini painting, if you remember what that looks like. I think I have it in my community page if you want to go look at Gemini. And there's a choice to be made. You're either going to move through or you're not. You're going to move through a new portal, a new sort of dimensional place, or a new room in the house, a new perspective. If you want, you don't have to. If you want, it's available to you. If you don't, if you don't, it's not the end of the world. It's an end of a world. It's an end to that opportunity that you could walk into. That's what it's saying. Your life will continue on if you choose not to go in that doorway. And I get the feeling that you may not even know what you missed, because it's one of those things that sort of comes. If you take the opportunity, it does shift and change things in a way that you hadn't maybe expected or seen or known to do. I guess it kind of depends on how curious you're willing to be. How curious. And the fact that the feather's coming from spirit says to me that spirit is showing you a way. Spirit is pointing out a way to exit something. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. One more quick shuffle. One more. I usually have these all shuffled. Yay. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Okay, so we have the Eight of Waters. This is interesting. There is something that you've put a lot of effort into, and it's no longer satisfying to you. It doesn't, it's the question is, I put all this time into it. Do I just finish it, or do I turn away from it? And this sort of goes along with the idea of the portal or the doorway being open. Because there's this sense on this side of the door that there is that there still could work still be done, but it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be fulfilling. And so there is an exit. There's an exit ramp. There's an exit. A door is being shown. So follow the feathers, and that's the direction to sort of get yourself out of the situation that, while you could finish, there's no, it's almost pointless at this time. The challenge is strength. The challenge is strength here. You may not have the strength to continue. You may not have the strength to wrap things up with a nice little bow. You may just say, I'm tired of this and I'm going in a different direction. At the core of it is what makes you happy. What makes you happy. So if you're in a situation that's not making you happy, that's not fulfilling you, that just seems like you're not quite living, um, and you can't connect with the joy of living in that way, perhaps that's another clue to, take the exit ramp that's being offered to you by spirit. And I don't mean offing yourself in any way or anything like that. So just to be clear, in the past, we have the 10 of fire. This is burdens, responsibilities, too many irons in the fire, juggling. This person's juggling fireballs. You can do it, but it's dangerous and you have to really concentrate. And if you lose your focus or if you get tired, you can burn yourself and you can burn yourself out. So we have a lot of burnout in the past here. In the sky, we have the 7 of water. Now, this is about choices that we make, but are they real? It is what we're imagining really there? Is it illusion? This can be delusional to a certain extent, but it also, as a 7 is seeing the options and choosing yourself, seeing the options, but knowing that the true power or the true satisfaction or the true happiness lies within you. So happiness is an inside job. So when you choose yourself and what's best for you, then there's room to create the life that you want, right? In the immediate future, we have the 9 of fire. So this is about boundaries, but it is about reorienting yourself to the things that are so important to you that you're willing to fight for them, really. So what is so in the question that's posed at the very beginning of this reading, is this something that you're still willing to fight for? Some people may say yes, and they want to finish it and they want to tie it up. And that might be the sense of happiness that you want. But this is a decision that you have to make. You have to make. How it's seen from the outside, we have the 10 of air. This is an ending. So people see you as moving away from a situation and not going back in that direction. And look at what's falling from the sky here. All these feathers falling from the sky. Isn't that interesting? Feathers falling from the sky. Follow the feathers. Domestic situation. Oh, the Page of Earth. So this is a new project at home or in your environment. So if you're putting an end to an old project, there's a new one right there for you to get involved in. So it won't be like you give something up and then, well, what am I going to do now? There's definitely something to do. It has to do with a new course of study. It'll give you space. Whatever it is that you're deciding to close the door on is going to give you space so that you can follow another path or something else that you may want to do, or maybe something that you didn't know you wanted to do, but because you gave up what you gave up, you have time and something comes in and you're like, ooh, I didn't expect this, but because the pages are generally about the beginnings of something. Okay, hopes and fears, the King of Fire. This is about following your heart, right? Look at that king. I love this King of Fire. So for those of you who fear it, or those who hope for it, again, it's always choice, right? It's always choice. And we have the 3 of water as the outcome. 3 of water is friendship. It's camaraderie, it's happiness, it's celebration. 3s are joy, are joyful. There you do have to, there is a warning with this card a little bit, that you need to not take the celebration too far, because the threes in the tarot are associated with Bina in the Tree of Life, and Bina is a seventh ruled by Saturn. So in Bina we learn about limitations and the necessity for limitation. So everything needs a boundary. Everything needs a boundary. Let's see if we can pick a major arcana. And we have the Magician. All right. So this is the self-directed, focused mind, creating your own reality situation. So what these cards say to me, yeah, so underneath we have the King of Earth, which is it's financial help, fiscal help, abundance, or a mentor that helps to show you how to stay more grounded, be more practical, or take care of that part of your life. The High Priestess is something is being revealed. You don't have all the information, but something is being revealed. And the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords, which is a decision is made. So now, if this is a reading for Trump, I would say he should give up this whole idea of that he won, which of course we know he didn't. But these cards indicate that he will be held accountable for some things. For those of you who keep track of that, and I know you Geminis, to your chagrin, are kind of keeping track of that. So what it really looks like to me is that if there is a little, like, it's a choice, you can make the choice that you want to make. I would say the better choice is to move away from those things which are not spiritually fulfilling. It's time to move in the direction of that which is going to fill your heart with joy. There's help for it. There's support towards it. But sometimes people can't decide to do things for their own good or for their own sense of joy and happiness, because we don't always maybe feel like we deserve it. Well, know that you do in fact deserve it. Let me pull another card. I'm going to pull, let's see, what do I have here? I have my Tree Oracle deck here. Just want to make sure. I actually think I have two. Okay, one second here. Okay, I think this is all of them. All right. You know what? I'm not going to use this deck. I apologize for being a little nutty here. I'm going to use the Rune deck. Let's pick a Rune card for you. I have the picture. Oops. Okay, this is what came up. I just have to see if I have my book that I read from with this. It's a minute here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I couldn't find my book, but I went online to see what it says. I mean, I know what Kenas means. Kenas means an opening, a light, right? Kenas. It says here, literally it means torch, esoteric ken, or knowledge. Torch as a symbol of knowledge and intellect, illumination, searching for enlightenment, shedding light on matters, the quest for truth, skills and abilities, creative arts, craftsmanship, cunning, acquisition, application of knowledge. Controlled energy, transformation, teaching, learning, dynamic, and illumination. This is a time for you to improve on your techniques, Divinatory meaning is artistic or technical ability, crafts, a transformation, new information. Um, so this is about something new opening up to you. Kenaz speaks of the beginning. This person has put the iron in the fire and is in the process of beginning to create something with that iron. Is it a fence? Is it a boundary? Is it a sword? Is it an art piece? What is it? That will depend on the energy that you put into it. So there is an opportunity for a new beginning. So the card suggests that you move away from that which no longer fulfills you, that which no longer serves a purpose in your life or an evolutionary purpose. Follow the feathers, allow yourself to find a new path to tread, and there's a lot of promise within that path. So that's what the cards say for June. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and if you would like to have a reading with me, astrological Kabbalistic reading with me, you can contact me on my website, thesiegeoftransformation.com. There is a link below, and have a wonderful month. Take care, everyone. Namaste.